What up, you guys? It's your boy Raider John. I'm hitting you back with the answer video for the questionnaire that everybody was asking me in the last video. So let's go ahead and get started. It says Smith Raider. He asked me if I had $1 million to spend on Raider Nation, what would I do with it? Now, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be able to do a damn thing. The reason I wouldn't be able to do a damn thing is because Raider Nation is way bigger than that, and I would believe in being equal on all the fans if I were able to do that. So I probably wouldn't be able to do anything with that. At the end of the day, I'll be only able to give like every fan like 25 cents if you think about it, maybe 50 cents or something. That's how big our fan base is. So maybe I'd probably invest if I had that money in lower school programs, do something like that, and do something for the kids, maybe invest in a football program for the kids in Oakland or in California, period. Like just put the money towards all of California schools. I do believe like it's good to get a kid started in football young and keeps them out of trouble. So yeah, that's my answer for that. Joseph Duran just asked me what is your complete take on the current coaching staff, and likes, dislikes, what can they improve on? I be straight with you guys. This is straight up honesty. I do not like Dennis Allen. I don't. That's just me, guys. All right. In my opinion, I do not think he is the typical Raider coach. I just see him like a fucking robot on the side of the field. I think he, in my personal opinion, needs to get more fired up, get more like energy into the game. I was watching the Raider Central talk show, and honestly, what Dylan said, perfect example, man. Like he just needs to get enthusiastic, he just needs to get into it, break a foot off in someone's ass if they need it, that's my opinion on him. And another thing about him that I kind of find frustrating is just his lack of readiness for a game. Like, say, adjusting in the second half. For God's sakes, adjust in the second half, motherfucker. That's like one of my biggest issues. Now, I think he got to get more involved on the offense. I think he got to just seriously, just get your head into the game, like for real. It just certain little aspects like that, that bother me about Coach Allen. And another thing, for instance, like when he's going up against a team, it doesn't seem like he prepares. It seems like he uses the same game plan that he used in the team we played the last because it worked. So obviously we're gonna try it again. Well, they got film on that shit now. They're gonna fucking figure it out. So that's just the way I look at it. He just has to change things up and treat both offense and defense equally. Now, our defensive coach Tarver, I fucking love that guy. I love that guy. I hope if Allen does fuck up and we get rid of him, I hope we keep Tarver because I like that guy. I like the way he plays. I mean, yes, our defense fell apart halfway through the season due to injuries and other shit like that, but I just like his passion to the game. He reminds me of. And yeah, I think a lot of people have said this, but he reminds me of Chucky. He does. He reminds me of John Gruden. The way that guy plays the game in his head, he just basically breaks everything down. He's able to explain things a lot better. But one thing I will say about him that I don't like is his mouth. He needs to shut the fuck up during interviews because he tells the opposing team way too much. They watch that shit too, guys. So that's my opinion on him. To be honest with you, I don't really like our offensive coordinator. I do sometimes. Like in the first half of games, I love that guy. Second half of games, not so fucking much. But that's just my opinion right there. I think he needs to spread things out a little bit more. Open up his mind to like other things besides the basic drop pass, but maybe change up the running game a little. I don't know. Well, I don't know what it was in the second half, but our running game fell apart. Our passing game fell apart. Everything happened in the second half. It just fucking fell apart, and it was all offensively. Our defense actually stuck around as long as they could. So that's just my opinion on that. I do like I said, I do like a lot of the plays he does, but there are a lot of things that piss me off about him. I think he just needs to be more ready, more prepared. Same as Allen, get what I mean? our special teams. I love our defense on special teams, like our kickoff coverage. I love our you know, I love the way we're using a lot of people with the punter, using the punter. I love all that about it. But for God's sakes, run a fucking ball back, man. I mean, this dude got to get his head out of his ass and like seriously nail these guys down and teach them how to run the ball back. So that's what I think they need to improve on. Besides that, everything's good. Let me see. Greg Underwood asked me, out of all the teams you dislike, which team do I like the least? Now this I got to kind of break down into categories. So let's go ahead and do this. Rivalries. How it goes is Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. In the division, those are that in that order. That's how I hate them. The fucking Chiefs suck ass. I hate the fucking Broncos, and I can't stand the Chargers. All three of those teams I equally hate, but if I were to put them in order, that's how I would put it. And then there's another section outside of the division that I really don't like, which just happens to be the Cowboys. Those, honestly, outside of my division, that is the team I hate the fucking most. I cannot stand the fucking Cowboys. And the reason I can't stand the Cowboys is personal reasons on my part, and the fact that they practice right here in Oxnard where I live. So I see those fucking bandwagoning fans just come out of the fucking woodwork when all of a sudden they show up at the town every year. It is fucking annoying. So that's why I do not like them. And lastly, the one game that I enjoy watching all the time is the Steelers. That's actually one team that I really like watching us play. That's one game that I will not miss. I love that fucking game. We always seem to go hard against the Steelers. Always seem to pull out something crazy in the first minute. If you watch the last few games, right in the first minute possession, whatever you want to call it, we do something insane. Like we do something crazy. Like with the first game with Palmer, we fucking McFadden broke loose. Bam, touchdown. First game with Terrell Pryor. Bam, fucking 90-yard touchdown. So you get what I mean? That's the reason why I like watching that game. All right, so they're not really. I hate them. Don't get me wrong. I hate them because I got a lot of friends that are Steelers fans. But that I just wanted to throw that in there. That team, that match, I usually like watching. So what's my favorite Raider is my next question from Edgar Raider. My favorite Raider is Jim Plunkett. And I honestly don't really have to think about that one. The reason I like Jim Plunkett is, because he is the first Mexican to win a Super Bowl. Me being Mexican myself, it's nothing racial about it, I don't believe. It's just Latino pride, that's just the way I look at it. I like the storyline behind him too. I like the struggle. I like what he went through and what he had to do to prove that he was a NFL ready QB, an NFL caliber QB. And I like just like the passion that he showed when he actually won the game. It's like just that one scene when him running into the when it shows him running into the locker room and it shows him turning back and the smile on his face, and you just see the passion in his face. And honestly, him nowadays, the other thing I love about him, he is loyal to the T, man. That man is loyal. He is still with the Raiders organization. He's still doing promotions. He's still on a Raider talk show. He's still doing the Silver and Black show. It's like he loves the Raiders, and that's the reason I love this guy. I really like Jim Plunkett. I like his history. I love the fact that like I said, he represented Latinos. Not like nowadays with Mark Sanchez fucking everything up for us. Just playing. Anyways, but yeah, so that's how I feel about that. All right, and final question is from David Rowe. He said, what QB would you draft in the 2014 NFL draft? And honestly, I hate to piss a lot of you guys off because I know I like all the QBs, to be honest with you, and I hate to be a biased on this, but when it comes to it. But the bottom line is, guys, who would Al pick? Think about it. Who the fuck would Al pick? And I'm that's the way I think. Who would Al pick? And when I read that question, first thing I thought, what would Al do? Okay? And you know the answer, guys. He would draft Johnny Manziel. You know it's a fucking fact. He loves Heisman Trophy winners. That's just how it is. And so I would probably, in honor of Al, pick up Johnny Manziel. And that's just my opinion, guys. You could hate on me for it. I'm sorry. But that's the way I look at things if I were to draft a QB. And that's just the way I see it. But at the same time, guys, I like all the other QBs in here. If we, and I don't want to draft a QB. That's my, like I said. But if I had to, like I said, I told you who I would. But I don't want to draft a QB, guys. I want a fucking wide receiver. I do. I want a fucking wide receiver, okay? I want Evans or I want Watkins. Those two. One of those two better come to the fucking Raiders or I'm going to flip out. Anyways, guys, that pretty much does it for today. I'll be doing another episode of Confessions of a Raider Fan on my next video. Hit me up, hit me back. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Go Raiders!